Most people say they want love. What they actually want is safety without vulnerability. Attachment theory exposes an uncomfortable truth. The way you attach to people is not a choice you consciously make. It is a survival strategy your nervous system learned early in life. Long before logic, before maturity, before self-awareness. This is why people repeat the same relationships with different faces and call it bad luck. Anxious attachment chases closeness not because of love, but because of fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of being unchosen, fear of silence. The anxious mind mistakes intensity for intimacy and anxiety for passion. Love becomes a source of relief, not connection. Avoidant attachment runs not because it doesn't care, but because closeness feels dangerous. Dependency feels like loss of control. Vulnerability feels like exposure, so distance becomes safety. Independence becomes armor, and loneliness is reframed as freedom. Secure attachment is rare, not because it's special, but because it requires something most people avoid: emotional responsibility. Attachment theory reveals that love is not where people meet, it is where their wounds collide. People don't fall in love with who is healthy. They fall in love with what feels familiar, and familiarity is shaped by early emotional experiences, not rational standards. This is why chaos feels exciting to some, why calm feels boring, why stability feels suspicious. The nervous system seeks what it knows, even if what it knows is pain. Most people believe relationships fail because of incompatibility. Attachment psychology suggests something harsher. Relationships fail because people unconsciously recreate unfinished emotional business from their past. The anxious person seeks reassurance the avoidant cannot give. The avoidant person seeks space the anxious cannot tolerate. Both feel misunderstood, both feel unloved. Both are reenacting old patterns while blaming the present. Attachment theory also explains why modern loneliness is so widespread. People crave connection, yet fear the very behaviors that create it. Honesty, consistency, emotional exposure, and accountability. So they settle for surface-level bonds, situationships ambiguity, emotional half-commitments. Just enough closeness to avoid emptiness, but not enough to risk being seen. The philosophy here is simple but uncomfortable. If you don't understand your attachment style, your relationships will control you. Healing attachment is not about finding the right person. It is about becoming emotionally regulated enough to tolerate intimacy without panic and independence without withdrawal. Security is not a personality trait. It is a skill. It is the ability to stay present when closeness triggers fear, to communicate instead of protest, to set boundaries without disappearing, to choose stability over emotional highs. Attachment theory does not promise perfect relationships. It offers something more realistic, conscious ones. When people stop asking, why do I keep attracting the wrong people, and start asking, what am I unconsciously recreating, growth begins. Love stops being a battlefield and starts becoming a practice.